In this video, I'm going to review with you guys how to use the pen tool. First of all, the pen tool is located in Adobe Illustrator, 3 tools down. Looks like an old-fashioned pen nib. And by simply clicking along in your artboard, you can draw a line. And each one of those points that I'm clicking on is called an anchor point. And I can adjust those later on, which I'll show you. Now, when I'm done making my line, it'll keep following my pen wherever I want it to go. But when I'm done, I simply hit enter, and that will make that the last anchor point. I can also pick up where I left off by clicking on that anchor point and then continuing backwards. So you can leave this just as a line, or if you want, you can close it up with the original point and close off the shape. And you can now manipulate this as a stroke, or you can give this shape a fill, whatever it is you need to do. Of course, you don't have to have it fully closed off in order to manipulate the stroke either. Now, you can also adjust these points. We can make curves, and I'll show you a couple different ways to do it. One way you can do it is simply clicking on your first point, and then on your second point, you can click and drag, and you get these little handlebars that will let you adjust the direction and depth of your curve. And then once it kind of starts thinking as a curve, it will continue on as a curve to a certain point. And if it doesn't do it on the after a while, you can simply click and drag again, and it will drag out those handlebars. If for some reason, as you see here, it won't really adjust the curve, like let's say I wanted to flip in the other direction, you might need to reset your anchor point by clicking on it. Again, there it is, it's straight again. Now I can get it to curve in the other direction. So yeah, if your anchor point ever is not behaving, you can simply click on the anchor point and it'll bring it back to being straight again. So just resetting it like so. And once again, hitting enter to finish it. Another way you can make curves is by using the direct selection tool. It's a little white arrow. And I can then go to any of these anchor points. Let's say I'm going to go to this one here. Actually, this one's a little bit bigger, so you can zoom in on it. So if I click on this guy, I can grab that anchor point and I can change my angle like so. Or as you can see, there's a tiny little kind of dot with a circle around it. And if I grab onto that, I can make this into a, give it a bent form instead of a angle. And you can have quite a lot of control over these. Let me do this one. There it is. I can grab that little dot and curve that out. And I can turn this all into a series of bends then, which by hand, of course, would be very complicated and time-consuming to do it this nice and neatly. We, of course, can take these strokes and we can rotate them. We can copy and paste them, move them about using the black move tool, move arrow. We can add different brushes. Let's see here, let's go to window. Let's take a look at our brushes. And we have library in here with all these different options. The library is down here in the corner of your brush palette. And this is just one of a number of ways to do it. But let's say I want to go to artistic and calligraphic brushes. And I can apply one of these. Or maybe I want something a little bit more painterly. Let's try artistic ink brushes. And those are now opened as this list. And there's all kinds of wonderful things in here I could try out. You just kind of got to experiment, and there's many, many, many of these brushes, plus many more that you can download as well. You, of course, let's see what else we can do here. Let's go back to basic lines so you can see those anchor points a little more clearly. We can also delete anchor points. So if I select an individual anchor point with the direct select tool, I can delete individual ones. There are also ways to adjust the anchor point. So I could transform curves simply by clicking on them. It'll make it turn it from a curve into a straight anchor point. But that's about it in a nutshell. That'll get you pretty far with this tool. I recommend just practicing. It can do a whole lot. Try tracing some shapes or forms or faces, and you'll learn a lot just from doing that.